All right, moving on in the shop. We moved in the shop and we're going to take a look at the MIG welder offering from ProSpot. It's the SP5DP. It's a 3-torch model. Brian, what do you got for info on this thing?
Yep, like you said, this is our SP5DP. This is our 3-torch model that comes standard with aluminum, silicone, bronze, and steel for your stock setup. It's important to note as well, depending upon what your shop needs are or what your price point is that you're looking at, we do have other versions of the SP welder available that have the same output or even more output as we move up to the 3-phase version. But we have a single-phase, single-torch welder that you can set up for aluminum, steel, or silicone bronze. Then we move up to the 2-torch system that comes standard with our silicone bronze and aluminum. And then we move up to the 3-torch where we have the single-phase 5DP, which is what we're looking at today. And then we also have a 3-phase version, which is the SP5.3. The SP5DP that we're looking at right here and the SP5.3 are both double pulse technology welders, giving you that extra control, especially for aluminum. The single torch SP1 and the SP2 are single pulse welders, which still carry the same OEM certifications as the single phase 3-torch one. The only welder that would add additional certifications would be stepping up to the 3-phase version. Like Mercedes and Jaguar Land Rover, they require a 3-phase welder. So if those approvals mean something to you, you would have to step up the welder to the 3-phase version. But for the most part, this 3-torch SP5DP is going to be the most popular one on the market. Once again, ProSpot prides themselves on making sure that it is as easy as possible to use and also, once again, adaptable. That's always the theme of ProSpot, is how can we adapt the machine to make it better. One of the things that we do on this welder, as we talked about, it comes standard with your silicone bronze, your steel, and your aluminum. But some shops may not weld a lot of aluminum, and they may work on, let's say, a lot of Hondas. Hondas, for example, require 2 different steel wires, a regular steel, a high-strength steel, or a Bowler Union 96 wire. And then they also have a lot of MIG Brazing, but Honda does not have a lot of aluminum. So for a Honda type shop, it may not make sense for them to have aluminum, and it may make more sense for us to manipulate the machine, and we can actually put your high-strength steel wire, your mild steel wire, and then silicone bronze on the other side so that it makes sense for your application in your shop and that you don't have one of the torches going to waste. One of the other great features about the ProSpot welder is the fact that it has easy change technology. So it's going to power up and be on the aluminum screen, but if I'm a technician and I need to use the silicone bronze, all I need to do is click the trigger. You can hear the gas comes out just for a split second. It will actually automatically switch the gas bottle from steel to the 100% argon bottle without the technician doing anything. And now you're ready to weld. The only thing that you need to do is take a look at your material thickness box and use your right knob to set your material thickness. That's all that we have to do on this welder. If I wanted to go from silicone bronze to steel, same thing. I'm going to move from the argon gas to the MIG mix bottle. So I'm going to click the trigger. You can hear the beep of the welder. The screen is automatically going to change to the steel program, and it's automatically going to switch the gas bottle so that I'm using the correct gas mixture. Once again, all we're going to have to do is set the material thickness on the welder and adjust it to the welder's preference or the workpiece that they're working on. Welder also has a very nice and cool feature for spooling your wire out. So if I open the cabinet, you can see aluminum comes standard on the top. Silicone bronze comes standard on the bottom. And I'm going to pull the silicone bronze torch and show you guys this. When you're actually spooling wire, it will start out slow, and then the gas will stop, and it knows that you're spooling wire, and it will speed up so that you don't waste gas, and you can speed up the process when you have to change wire or fix a bird nest or something like that. So ProSpot SP series welders, very easy to use, very user friendly. There's a very simple factory reset option in here where the technician, if they think they've changed any of the settings and cannot go back to the way that it was, you can do an easy factory reset so that you know you have the comfort that the welder is set up the way that it should be and the programs are correct.
I really like the idea of being able to put different types of wire in there instead of just being stuck with 3.
Yep, and that's a great point. It's so many, as we talked about, where the shop says, well, I don't use aluminum. Or we can even go one step further and say, like Tesla, for example. Tesla, currently, they don't use MIG brazing or silicone bronze in their procedures. Tesla is kind of like Honda, though, where they use high-strength steel and a mild steel. So if I'm a Tesla location, it'll make sense for me to put my high-strength steel wire, my mild wire, and then put my aluminum over on the other side so that I can make the most sense of it for my application in my shop. No limitations on the ProSpot welder.
Nice thing about the ProSpot welder, too, is it's easy to use, it's easy to maintain.
Yep.
And it's very consistent.
Yep. Very consistent, very easy to use. And always remember, ProSpot has a great YouTube channel, so that if you do own one of these, you're looking at purchasing one, you can check out the ProSpot YouTube channel as well and get additional videos on usage and how easy it actually is to use.
ProSpot also offers different types of protective equipment, whether it's the gloves here that we have here, welding helmets, and then welding jackets.
Yeah, so we do welding jackets, welding gloves, welding helmets, as you said. We even have like door blankets and welding blankets. Different sizes, ones that are meant for doors. So we have a really nice offering there. And then I will really quickly talk about the helmet. I find this to be a big deal in our industry because most technicians, they're not welders, right? They weld in the collision industry because they have to in certain scenarios.
Once a week.
Once a week, maybe twice a week, and they throw on their helmet and they're good. So what I find a lot of technicians do, unfortunately, is they go out and buy the cheapest auto darkening helmet that they can find, and whatever brand that is.
One shade.
One shade, even if it's adjustable. Like I have seen some that are adjustable, but it's a $50 helmet or $40 helmet. Does the helmet work? Yes, but when you're a collision tech and you're having to be precise on your trigger pulls on these very thin metals, those helmets are meant for your weekend guy who's going to weld once a year.
Once a year, and your eyes are important. Your
eyes are important as well. So take a look at the ProSpot helmet. It's very well priced, really. I mean, it's a very great middle priced helmet with an awesome lens in it. So this thing is adjustable. It has the True Color technology, very clear, very precise. And what I find most of the time teaching classes is that a technician can go from not seeing and being a terrible welder, put on the helmet, and it's like night and day. All of a sudden, their beads are beautiful. And so helmet matters. All
this protective equipment, the helmet, the gloves, just shows how serious ProSpot is about welding. I mean, whether it's spot welding or whether it's wire feed welding, they're in welding, and that's what they're there to do.
That's what we pride ourselves on, is joining technology. We are a joining technology company. Although we do offer other things, our main bread and butter is providing the collision industry with the best, easiest to use collision equipment that makes sense for what they do every single day.
Well, that kind of concludes what we wanted to talk about today, and I really appreciate you coming out and spending some time with us today, Ryan.
Yeah, I really appreciate you guys inviting me out here to help you guys out with this project. Thanks again. And if you guys need any help in the future, always remember our YouTube channel. Type in ProSpot, get some extra videos on there, and reach out to your ProSpot rep and get your shop equipped and get ready for now and the future, and make sure that you're doing things the right way. Research what you got to do, research what's coming in the future, and understand the tooling that's required to do things the right way in today's body shop. It is not the same body shop it was 20 years ago. So reach out to your ProSpot rep. Let's get you guys modernized and get you rolling.
Thank you.